The Criminal Mastermind, exploring the minds of criminal leaders. Al Capone. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1899, Al Capone, also known as Scarface, began his criminal career with small-time gangs before joining the Chicago outfit under the leadership of Johnny Torrio. Capone quickly climbed the ranks and took over after Torrio's retirement in 1925. His empire included illegal gambling, prostitution, and the bootlegging of alcohol during the Prohibition era. Capone's success as a criminal leader can be attributed to several factors, such as his ability to capitalize on the demand for illegal alcohol during Prohibition and his strategic use of violence and intimidation to maintain control over his territories. Furthermore, Capone cultivated a Robin Hood-like image, which garnered him public support and hindered law enforcement efforts to apprehend him. Capone's downfall came in 1931, when he was convicted of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in prison. He was released on parole in 1939 due to deteriorating health and ultimately died in 1947 from complications related to syphilis. Sit back because we are now exploring the minds of criminal leaders. But before that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Meyer Lansky. Meyer Lansky, born in Grodno, Belarus in 1902, immigrated to the United States with his family at the age of 9. Often referred to as the mob's accountant, Lansky played a crucial role in the development and organization of the American Mafia. Alongside his childhood friend Benjamin Bugsy Siegel and Italian mobster Charles Lucky Luciano, Lansky established the National Crime Syndicate in the 1930s. He was instrumental in organizing the mob's financial operations, including money laundering and gambling operations in Cuba and Las Vegas. Lansky's success as a criminal leader stemmed from his financial acumen and ability to forge alliances with other powerful crime bosses. By maintaining a low profile and avoiding direct involvement in violent crimes, Lansky managed to evade major convictions throughout his criminal career. Despite numerous attempts by law enforcement to convict him, Lansky died of lung cancer in 1983 without ever facing significant jail time. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine, was a Colombian drug lord who led notorious Medellin cartel during the 1970s and 80s. Born in Rio Negro, Colombia in 1949, Escobar began his criminal career by smuggling contraband and stealing cars before entering the drug trade. At the height of his power, Escobar controlled over 80% of the global cocaine market, amassing an estimated net worth of $30 billion. Escobar's success as a criminal leader can be attributed to his ability to exploit the high demand for cocaine in the United States and other countries, as well as his willingness to use extreme violence and corruption to maintain control over his drug empire. He is also known for his policy of plato o plomo, silver or lead, which involved bribing officials and police officers or threatening them with violence if they did not comply with his demands. Escobar's reign ended in 1993 when he was killed during a shootout with Colombian National Police. His death marked the collapse of the Medellin cartel and the beginning of a power struggle among various drug trafficking organizations in Colombia. Networks in criminal leadership. Criminal leaders rely heavily on social capital and network analysis to broker information, access opportunities, and maintain control over their associates. This section discusses the strategies used by criminal leaders to balance security and efficiency, as well as examples of how network analysis can be used to identify and target criminal leaders. One key strategy employed by criminal leaders is favoring face-to-face meetings over telephone communication. This method decreases the likelihood of being intercepted by law enforcement and strengthens personal connections within the organization. Moreover, these leaders exploit structural holes and betweenness centrality in their networks, positioning themselves as essential intermediaries between various associates. This arrangement grants them a significant advantage as they control the flow of information and resources. Network analysis has been used in several high-profile cases to identify and target criminal leaders. One such example is the case of notorious Italian mafia boss Bernardo Provenzano. Provenzano was a high-ranking member of the Sicilian Mafia, also known as Cosa Nostra, and had been on the run for over 40 years. By examining the social network surrounding Provenzano, law enforcement agencies were able to identify patterns of communication and trace his support network. This eventually led to his capture in 2006 at a farmhouse near Corleone, Sicily, where he had been living in hiding. The network analysis played a crucial role in dismantling the complex web of connections that had allowed Provenzano to evade capture for decades. Psychology of criminal leaders. The personality traits, motivations, and cognitive biases that characterize criminal leaders play a significant role in their actions and decision-making process. This section delves into the various psychological aspects of criminal leaders, comparing and contrasting different types of criminal leaders and their approaches to crime and leadership. Criminal leaders such as Charles Lucky Luciano often exhibit personality traits such as narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, which form the dark triad of personality characteristics. These traits enable them to manipulate others, act ruthlessly, and maintain their position of power. As a key figure in the American Mafia during the early 20th century, Luciano demonstrated these traits in his ruthless pursuit of power, manipulation of allies and enemies alike, and his ability to maintain control over his criminal empire. Psychopathic criminal leaders tend to display a lack of empathy, guilt, or remorse, as well as a high propensity for violence and risk-taking. Narcissistic leaders are characterized by grandiosity, a sense of entitlement, and a constant need for admiration and validation. Machiavellian leaders, on the other hand, are skilled manipulators who use cunning and deception to achieve their goals. Criminal leaders often rationalize their actions through various means, such as justifying their criminal activities as a response to poverty, discrimination, or social injustice. This cognitive distortion allows them to reconcile their illegal behavior with their self-image and beliefs. Coping with stress and fear is another crucial element of criminal leadership. These individuals often employ various mechanisms to manage the pressure of their dangerous lifestyle, such as compartmentalization, emotional detachment, and substance use. Justice and criminal leaders. Bringing criminal leaders to justice and holding them accountable for their crimes presents numerous legal and ethical challenges. This section examines several cases of criminal leaders facing trials, extradition, imprisonment, or death for charges such as genocide, crimes against humanity, and corruption. It also discusses the pros and cons of different methods of dealing with criminal leaders, such as rehabilitation, deterrence, incapacitation, or retribution. The cases of Slobodan Milosevic, former president of Yugoslavia, and Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the infamous leader of the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico, highlight the difficulties and successes in bringing criminal leaders to justice. Milosevic was charged with war crimes and crimes against humanity related to the conflicts in Bosnia, Croatia, and Kosovo in the 1990s, but died in his cell in 2006 while awaiting trial. Guzman, on the other hand, was found guilty on multiple counts, including drug trafficking, conspiracy to commit murder, and money laundering, and was sentenced to life in prison in 2019. Rehabilitation as a method of dealing with criminal leaders focuses on reforming their behavior and reintegrating them into society. While this approach can be successful in some cases, it may not be effective for individuals with deeply ingrained criminal tendencies or those who lack remorse for their actions. Deterrence aims to prevent potential criminals from engaging in illegal activities by demonstrating the severe consequences faced by those who have been caught and punished. However, this method may not be effective for highly motivated or risk-taking individuals who may believe that the potential rewards of their criminal activities outweigh the risks. Incapacitation involves removing criminal leaders from society, either through imprisonment or other means, to prevent them from committing further crimes. This approach can be effective in the short term, but may not address the root causes of criminal behavior or prevent others from filling the power vacuum left behind by the incarcerated leader. Retribution, which involves punishing criminal leaders for their crimes as a form of moral recompense, can provide a sense of closure and justice for victims and society. However, this approach may not deter future criminal behavior or address the systemic issues that contribute to the emergence of criminal leaders. The complex world of criminal leadership spans a wide range of historical figures, organizational structures, psychological profiles, and approaches to justice. From notorious crime bosses like Al Capone and Pablo Escobar, to the intricate networks that enable their criminal activities. Understanding the many facets of criminal leadership offers valuable insights into the forces that drive these individuals and the challenges of dismantling their empires. By examining the history, networks, psychology, and justice systems surrounding criminal leaders, we gain a deeper appreciation for the factors that contribute to their rise and fall. These insights not only help us better understand the motivations and tactics of criminal leaders, but also inform the development of more effective strategies for combating organized crime and promoting justice. As we continue to explore the complexities of criminal leadership, it is essential to remember that the fight against crime is an ongoing battle. By learning from the past and adapting our approaches to the ever-evolving landscape of criminal activity, we can work together to create a safer and more just world for all. So that was it, guys. That was all about today's video. We hope you liked the video. Don't forget to tell us in the comments what you think about the criminals as we explored the masterminds. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel for more such content. See you in the next video.